guys, welcome back to my channel. I send you all much love and light. Let's take a look into their current feelings for you. So this is going to be for whoever you have on your mind. We're going to ask Spirit to show us into their emotions. How do they really feel about you? What is on their mind? What do they think about the connection to you? What do you mean to them? How do they look at you? We're going to look very deeply into their energy. So I will have all the signs timestamped below, so you guys can just feel free to jump to your sign. If you want to look at your moon and rising signs or your person's energy, all of that will be timestamped below. I love you guys so much, and if you do happen to be new here, welcome. Thanks for clicking on the video. My name is Lynn and this is Passionate Heart Tarot. Let's jump right into your reading, you guys. Before I start, I just want to take a moment to invite the white light, the Holy Spirit. You guys, let's start with Libra. Since it is Libra season, let's ask Spirit to show us into your person's energy. All right, Libra, let's take a look and see their current feelings for you. There's a lot of there's this energy of someone trying to get your attention, Libra, hoping that you'll notice them, hoping that they can rise above the competition, stand out in the crowd. So I wonder if you guys, because I just see a lot of this energy around you lately, where you're really just able to take your pick of who interests you. And you have someone here who's very motivated, really wants your attention. So this could be the person that you're already with, right? And just wanting to be made more of a priority. And especially for those of you that are not with this person, it's like they feel like they're just in a sea of competition, wanting you to notice them, and they're feeling like you don't just yet. So you have someone who is like longing for your attention. There's this energy of a history with them. That's for some of you. And I wonder if and it's funny because if there's a history with them, I wonder why you would have this person on your mind as you watch this. Maybe you want them to feel this way. Maybe you want them to feel like you have other options and you're not going to be taken for granted. It's important for you to know that they do see that. So if you've been doing things to try and get their attention, you got it. They're noticing you. They feel like there's distractions around you. Yes, it's romantic. Yes, it's other people, but it's also this just motivated energy that you guys are in. Some of you are really busy with work. You're really busy with what this is that you're trying to accomplish. I see a lot of empowerment, taking things into your own hands. So some of you might be starting a business, very creative energy. You might be artists here. And I see all of that. So just know that you are shining. And the way that they feel about you is like they want your time. They want your attention. So that's a positive message to you, how you come across to others. They just feel like you, it's not that they're gonna let it get the best of them and get to this place where they feel like they've given up. Because it's funny, some of you are playing hard to get, and it's what's really motivating this person to try to do things right by you, to get you to notice them. There's just so much attention here of like someone like this. Do you see me? Do you see me? I hope that you do. It's not a desperation. It's not, because I'm not saying that to put this person down. It's flattering energy, and it lets you know that they care so much about what you think and what you want. There's a lot of worry that they have about the past and how some of you might be holding the past against this person. And for those of you that this is someone from the past that you're watching about, that you have on your mind, they don't want it to be over. They really don't. They're hoping that somehow, some way, the two of you are going to get to see one another. Really, you have the whole connection in your hands, and where this goes is up to you. If you wanted a second chance, that is what they want as well. It's like they're just kind of waiting for you to choose them, to pick them, to notice them. So that's why I'm letting you know that you have so much power here in the connection. They look at you as someone who's highly desirable, and it doesn't surprise them at all that you would have other people pursuing you, interested in you. But they want to beat out that competition. And if you're wondering why they're not coming forward, that's for some of you who have that on your mind. I see where there's worry in this person's energy about if what happened in the past, if what happened in the past can be put behind the two of you. So that's up to you to decide, because I see where, of course, they want you to pick them. They want to move forward with you. And if you guys are with someone now, like in a relationship, the same energy applies, because it's just like them wondering, why are you putting other things ahead of me? I have to make an appointment to see you. Can you carve out some more time for me? I understand that you're busy. I know that you have a lot going on. And for some of you, you might just be in a very competitive field, and it takes so much of your effort and attention. But your person, they want more time. And they kind of just want to know that you guys are still on the same page. So for those of you in a relationship, it's not a bad idea to let your person know what you mean to them and how above everything they are a priority to you. So really, overall, the energy is just someone wanting your attention, hoping that you choose them, hoping that you'll recognize them, because they certainly do recognize you. Someone from the past that wants to make amends, that energy is here as well. All right, Libra, happy birthday to you all. That is what I can see in your person's energy. And let's move on to Gemini. Let's see, Gemini. How is your person feeling about you? Whoever this is that you have on your mind, let's look deeply into their energy and ask Spirit to show us. They want to open up to you, but they are kind of holding a grudge. There's a person here whose energy, Leo's coming through, you guys. You might be dealing with a Leo. Maybe you have that moon or rising. I see that energy here. There's a sadness around them. If you guys have broken up with this person or you're not together, it's something that no matter how much time has passed, they're still in this energy of feeling the sting of it, feeling the loss of it. And they don't want to hurt anymore. They want to open up their heart, but at the same time, they're wondering about how is it going to be this time? Are you going to treat me the way that I'm treating you? Are you going to do for me what I'm doing for you? They're very sad, and they're still in this energy of thinking about everything that went wrong, especially thinking about the mistakes that they made. Because I know where some of you might feel like this person hurt you, and I don't discount that, but I also see how they're in this energy of hurting too. And I know where that gets tricky, especially if it's hard for you to have sympathy for them for how they feel. But they're looking at mistakes that they feel they made and how you were always there for them. I wonder how much mirroring goes on between the two of you, because I see like this energy, well, if you're mad at me, then I'm going to be mad at you. If you're not going to do this for me, then I'm not going to do it for you. All the while longing to feel better, longing to open up, longing for you to open up to them. So this is a reading, particularly for those of you that are, maybe you're in the midst of arguing. Maybe you're both feeling, not seeing things from the other one's perspective, feeling like you're both right. I know that if one of you were to try and make peace in this, you both would, because I see the way that you just go back and forth with each other. And the way that you're being with them, I see that they're going to be that way with you. And I know that's not really fair, but that's how this person's energy is. You guys might just have to agree to disagree. That might bring a resolution here, because don't think that they're not sad, because they are. And they're thinking about what they could do to make it right, because they don't want to hurt you. They don't want you to be hurt. They don't want to feel hurt. They don't want you to feel resentful or angry towards them. They don't want to feel that way towards you. So what you have here is the energy of someone who wants to make up, make things right. I do wonder what came between the two of you, because there's a lot of energy here of outside interference. So I know where that gets touchy, and it's not always easy to see things from their perspective, but that's where the mirroring comes in. Outside interference, it could have been from a romantic competition, another person, or maybe just like a whole list of priorities that you felt this person is putting ahead of you. They're very sad, but there's still hope, there's still faith that they have, because they look at you as the one, their person, their partner, a kindred spirit, a beautiful connection. And they feel like you naturally have a very beautiful and open heart. And they feel like you're mad at them, so that makes them mad at you. I know it's silly, but there's a lot of like back and forth in the energy between the two of you. Maybe you both want to make up. I see where this person does, and how they're just in a place where they feel so sad. There's a lot of sadness around them, a lot of anguish. Maybe even wanting to make the first move, but then they get resentful and they won't do it because they want you to do it, and then maybe you want them to do it. Something's gotta give here. I don't know how that makes you feel, especially if you feel like this person owes you an apology. That's why I'm telling you the best way forward for the two of you is to kind of just agree to disagree. And you'll know if that speaks to you, because I know where that, depending on what happened between the two of you, how that can be hurtful to hear. But that is the energy that I can see, how they want to make it right. They want to take away any pain that they caused to you, because it's hurting them too. You being sad makes them sad. Not being with you is horrible. But then they're kind of in this energy of, I just feel like you guys keep bumping heads. That's what I can see here. Bumping heads, like not seeing their side, and then they think that they're right and you think that you're right. So that's where they stand right now, incredibly sad and wanting to make up, wanting to open up their heart, not wanting to have their heart be broken like this, because it truly is. And then wondering if like that's what you want as well. So they want to make up with you, Gemini, and make things right. That is what's going on in their energy. All right, you guys, that's what I can see. Let's move on to Aquarius. Let's go into Aquarius's energy. All right, Aquarius, let's see how your person is feeling for you. You have someone here who I can see they have a very gentle soul. And I wonder if this person is very, very forgiving. I wonder how there's just like the energy here of a huge loss. I wonder if some of you are like separating from someone, maybe even divorcing someone. You have to know, like, the fact that you guys aren't together, that's for those of you that are not. They feel like it's one of the biggest disappointments that they've ever faced. And I can see where they wonder if you love them still. They wonder who's around you. They might even feel like you have some bad influences around you. Or it could just even be this person's worry, jealousy even, about who's looking at you, who's talking to you. That kind of energy is here. So that could be how, this could be your energy, Aquarius, where you've gone through things with them over and over and like constantly turn the other cheek, constantly forgive this person. So I know where some of you have like this, like a tricky connection. Tricky because there's so much love that's here. That's how you know that this person truly is disappointed about the way that they just feel like things are not right between the two of you, the way that they feel like things are turned upside down. I wonder how insecure they are, because I see where they just are in this energy of like, woe is me, you don't love me, feeling like someone's gonna take you away from them all the time. And they need to really get their act together, because they're really sabotaging things being in that energy. They're doing a lot of self-sabotaging as a way to, like, I don't know, this person thinks like they're controlling in a sense, always trying to control the outcome, always trying to control the way that they feel. But they do look at you that way, as someone who is very generous, open, loving, sweet, forgiving. And I wonder if they want your forgiveness again about something. They do. That is what they want. That's what's important for you to know. But at the same time, I also see like this person's, the way that they can be kind of self-absorbed. And I don't say that to like put them down, but I see that here, because a lot of this is like pity that they're having on themselves. Hoping that you'll open your heart to them. But then they go and mess it up anyway. They go and mess it up by being jealous. I wonder if this is someone that has accused you of things unjustly. I just feel like this person really needs to like get their intellect and emotion in balance. And I say that because I see the way that they have such like chemistry for you. It's unbelievable, the attraction that they feel towards you. And maybe it's something that they just don't know how to process everything that they feel, so they sabotage it. You have to know that they love you so deeply. I mean, head over heels, very like euphoric feeling for you. Then when it comes to like the physical and sexual attraction, it's unlike anything that they've ever experienced before. It like goes right through them, like this energy, this chemistry, this feeling. And I wonder if it just makes them behave in a way that they wouldn't normally. Not that that's justified, but I just see here where you kind of have a needy person around you. And they have a jealous streak in them, and they have like a way of pitying themselves. So they're kind of in that energy now of like the woe is me. Maybe even hoping that you'll reach out, hoping that you'll make things right. It's important for you to know that they are still very, very deeply in love with you, still feel this amazing amount of chemistry like they've never felt before. But if you've been dealing with a jealous person, those jealous tendencies are still there. So I do wonder what's going on with you guys, and maybe if you've recently separated from them, decided to move on from the connection or take a break from it, because I just see a lot of energy of them worrying about like, do you still love me? Because they certainly do still love you, but I don't mean to put them down, but there is something that's unhealthy in this person's energy, and they need to find security within themselves. Otherwise, I see where they might keep taking it out on you, Aquarius. But that's important for you to know, and you'll decide what you feel is best for you, what you want to do. Because it's like this person's energy is rocky, deeply head over heels in love, but then like jealous, loving you so much, but then wondering if you love them, feeling like kind of pity on themselves. And it's weird to me because throughout everything, they just really, they think very highly of you, but it's almost like a fixation, like a possessive energy that they have over you, about you, you know, around you. I see that here. So I just see where they really, this person of yours really needs to work on grounding themselves and balancing their intellect and emotion, because I just see where it's like a cycle with them, and they do a lot of self-sabotaging. But the love that they feel for you, it is real, it is sincere. The pull that they feel towards you, that is real too. But I just see where they need to do a bit more work on building themselves up, and maybe trying to think more rationally, because this is a person who might let their emotion get the best of them, and then they might get out of character. It's like they're very emotionally charged, very sensitive. And you kind of bear the brunt of that. But they love you, they do. I don't know if for those of you that are separated, if this is the kind of energy that you want to keep inviting back into your life. But it is someone who longs for your love, longs to know where they stand with you. All right, Aquarius, sorry about the background noise. Okay, so that is what I can see coming through in your person's energy. So let's move on to water signs. Let's go into Cancer's energy. Let's see, Cancer, how is your person feeling? What is in their energy? Let's ask Spirit to show us. So there's some Libra energy coming through, you guys, and Sagittarius. Maybe you guys have that moon or rising, or you could have a person with Sagittarius or Libra energy on your mind. I mean, on your mind, you're on their mind constantly. They're constantly thinking about how much they feel inside. They think a lot about their emotions. They do a lot of daydreaming, fantasizing about what the two of you could have together. You have someone that wants to make up with you. If you're still with your person, it could be about just getting things back on the right track. And if you guys are separated from this person, you have to know that they want to make up, how they're still holding on so tight to you. I can see it. They haven't given up on things. And they're waiting very patiently for you to decide what it is that you want to do. They feel like you're their other half. They feel like you balance them. And they can't really picture themselves without you. A longing is here to make up, to get things right, to still go through with the plans that you guys had. Because I know where for some of you, you did have these long-term plans in mind. They're still thinking about it. They still want it. And I can see where, with the way that they're holding on to you so tight, nothing's gonna get them to let go. And I don't mean to say that like in a creepy or scary way. It's just like they feel like this is right. They feel like it's meant to be. You're on their mind all the time. It's like their emotions for you, they don't even really know what to do with it, how to process it. They feel like you're in a place now where you're just letting your logic take over. They feel like you're doing what you feel is best and you're kind of ignoring your heart. Maybe some of you are. Maybe some of you have made the choice to kind of put that guard up around yourself as a way to avoid being vulnerable. They think that you're someone who's very intelligent. They look at you as someone who's wise. And that you just have all of these beautiful qualities. Constantly you're on this person's mind and their head is in the clouds. When they should be focused on work, they're thinking of you. When they wake up, they're thinking of you. When they go to sleep, they're thinking of you. They're thinking about the mistakes that they made. They're thinking about how they want to get things right. Really, what you have here is this twin soul energy. I see it over and over again. So if you guys are separated from this person, they want to get back together. They want to make it right. They're still holding on. They have not let go. And they just hope that you'll choose to follow your heart. They want you to follow your heart. Okay, you guys? All right, Cancer. So that is what I can see in their energy for how they're feeling about you. Lots of energy coming through for the signs of wanting to make up, wanting to make things right. Needless to say, they love you. They've loved you lifetime after lifetime, and they feel like you're meant to be together in this lifetime, to make it work, to go down the path together and be very successful, to achieve the dreams that you've planned. Follow your heart. That's what they want you to do. All right, Cancer. So that is what I can see in your person's energy. Let's move on to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, let's see what is coming through from Spirit. What are their feelings for you? You have a person, Scorpio, that thinks very, very highly of you. They just think that you are everything. I mean, everything. When they look at you, they're like, yes, they can do no wrong. That's how they feel about you. The way that you dress, the way that you walk, the things that you say, the conversations that the two of you have. They just feel like you are so incredibly attractive, like a 10 out of 10. That's how they feel. They love your independence. They love your drive. They love how well that you're doing for yourself. Because I see a lot of financial stability around you guys, and they see it too. This is a person who really wants to prove themselves to you. For some reason, they feel like you don't take them seriously. They want to prove to you that they can be the kind of person that you are looking for, the kind of person that you want. You have someone here who is picturing what it would be like to be with you, and they have like a beautiful, beautiful fantasy built up in their mind about what it could be. I wonder if you turned them down before. I do, because I see the energy here of you may not know like how you have this person's heart right in your hands, and how they feel like it was really broken by you perhaps, and they're still holding on, hoping to kind of get you to change their mind, like to change your mind about how you look at them. They want to be taken seriously by you. I can see where this is a person who's done a lot of thinking about the choices that were made. Because I wonder if some of you feel like this person has hurt you. And I completely understand that. There's this energy of wanting to take the pain away, wanting to take away any pain that they caused you, and also wanting to not wanting to feel this hurt that they feel, because it may not be the easiest thing to hear, but this is a person who is hurting, and they don't want to feel that way. They want you to choose them. They do. They want you to choose them, and not just a casual choice. It's like a choice that the two of you will come together and really make a commitment towards one another. Because they've chosen you. They've already chosen you because they just feel like you have everything that they could want in a person. Looks, personality, stability. They just can't get enough of you. They really feel like you have zero flaws. Everything about you is just as it should be, perfect. They wouldn't change a thing about you. They just have insecurities, wondering, am I good enough? This person really wants to prove to you that they are. Because it would just mean the world to them. It would make them feel like everything is on the right track in their life. I mean, I'm not saying all this to put pressure on you, but there's a lot of pressure here that in this person's energy, like, I have to get Scorpio. Scorpio has to be mine. So it's flattering. It's flattering energy to see how highly they look at you, and to see what it is that they want with you, and how you just make them look at themselves and want to improve. They do. So I wonder how deep the connection goes. For some of you, it could even be that you were with this person before, very invested with them, living with them, could have even had a family, and things are just, it didn't work out for some reason. That's what I can see. So now that you've really come into your own, and you can handle everything on your own, they're just in awe of you, in awe of how you just are so powerful. That's how they look at you. They have a lot of respect for you. And I can see where they just want to make it right somehow. That's really important for you to know, Scorpio, because I want you to know like how much control that you have here, and how it might even be surprising for you to hear just how brokenhearted this person is being apart from you, or not being able to make you theirs. That is what they want. And it would be, if they could have you, they would just feel like their life is making sense. So this person is lost without you, and just wants to show you how much they've grown. They want to show you what they can bring to the table. They want to show you that they can be taken seriously. All right, Scorpio, so that is what I can see coming through in this person's energy for you. Now let's move on to Pisces. We'll continue with the water signs. Let's see, Pisces, what is going on in your person's energy? Oh, you have someone who's deeply, deeply in love with you, Pisces. I mean, seriously, their heart is just so open, and they want to make things right between the two of you. I wonder if you at times have felt like this person has taken you for granted. And it's funny because I see the way that they felt that way too at times. So I wonder how much mirroring goes on here. But what the energy that's coming through is an abundance of love. Gemini's here. Your Pisces energy is here. So you might have Pisces or Gemini moon or rising. Maybe you're dealing with a Gemini or a Pisces. They are incredibly attracted to you. I mean, this is like chemistry that's beyond anything that they've ever felt. They're deeply in love, and they just feel like you are their person. This is meant to be. They can't picture their life without you. And I see where this person of yours struggles with wondering, do you see this in them? Do you want to have a life with them? Are you this deeply in love with them? They have some insecurities about that. They do. I do wonder why, but they do. All the while, this incredible pull that they feel towards you, maybe it's something, because they've never felt anything like this. So maybe it worries them, maybe it scares them, maybe it just creates so much feelings of vulnerability. They love you a lot, and I can see where maybe they just felt like a love like this wasn't possible. They feel like they're really trying to get your attention. So I wonder if you guys are with this person, or if this person hasn't yet made a move towards you. Because it goes both ways. Doesn't change how they feel though, because they feel like you're a blessing in their life. You're everything that they could possibly want. And they're so deep in their emotions. Such a physical and sexual attraction that they feel. I mean, this is a person that would do anything for you, anything for you. I wonder if you realize that about them. I say that because I see where they feel like you don't. Like they're wondering, do you know how much I love you? Do you know how much you mean to me? So it's really important for you to know that that kind of love is here, and it is real, it is true. The two of you have been together lifetime after lifetime. It's a very deep connection that you have. And I just see where they want to get things right. If they've ever done anything to make you feel like they didn't appreciate you, they do. They absolutely do. They love you. But I just see where this person of yours kind of is in this energy of like pouting, wanting you to show them more, wanting to be more of a priority to you. So if they keep showing you that side of maybe picking fights, it is because they want more of your attention. They're not going about it the best way, but really that is what they want. They want to know that you feel this same like explosive chemistry that they feel. So for some of you Pisces, it's a good idea, especially, if you feel the same way about them, if you feel this incredible pull, you feel like you can't picture your life without this person, it's a good time now to open up your heart more, and maybe even to do something special for them to show them how you feel. That's what I can see. It could even be like writing them a letter, something from the heart. That's what they want. Or even doing something to show them how attractive they are to you. This is a person who wants you to make them feel sexy, wants you to make them feel loved. There's a lot of lustful energy that's here, but they feel that towards you, and they want to know if you feel that towards them. But it's not just lust, it's true love. So you have something here that's very special, and in your person's energy, they want to know that you feel this way too. So if you find that your person's like I said, picking fights, been distant with you, that is why. And it is an easy fix. It's a very easy fix. You guys have something here that is really beautiful, and you've probably never felt this way before, and they certainly have never felt this way about anyone else. Deeply, deeply in love with you. And I see that through the Lovers and this King of Cups here. All right, Pisces. So that is what's going on in your person's energy. Let's move on to fire signs. Let's start with Aries. All right, Aries, let's take a look and see what is going on in your person's energy. Capricorn is coming through. You guys might have Capricorn, moon or rising. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn. It's interesting because this person is like trying to make a logical choice, right? I wonder if you have someone who's like kind of controlling. And by that, I mean with their emotions, not letting them, it's like expressing is not easy for this person. I see that it's a controlling energy that they have. The only problem with that is when they feel so much that they try not to feel. You have someone here who is incredibly, incredibly attracted to you. Physically, sexually, it's like this amazing pull. Satisfaction like they've never had before. Yet I see the way that I wonder how much you guys go back and forth as far as the mirroring, because I see into this person's energy and the messages that I'm hearing, but I also hear that you might think that this is yours as well. So they are really, their heart and their emotions is like what steers this person, no matter how much they try to control it. So if you find that they're not opening up and expressing the way that you want them to, it's important for you to know just how they feel. Like, I don't think this person quite knows how to process what they feel and maybe put it into words. Because with all of this emotion, chemistry, there's also like this toxicity that comes along with it in their mind. It's because this person is so controlling, and they have to have everything going their way, especially when it comes to their emotions. I know where there's so much resistance from them, where they just won't let themselves be. They won't let themselves open up. It's like they fight so much against it. But the crazy thing about this person's energy is like they are so emotionally driven, but they just try to hide it so much. They think too much about what others think of them. And it's crazy because I know that the more that you try to pull them towards you, the more that they resist it. You have someone here who like has such a hard time just dealing with their emotions. And they might even do things to like distract themselves, to busy themselves, like with work, school, projects, things like that. You have someone here who really needs to figure out what it is that they want, because I see what they want, but I also see what they'll allow themselves to feel, what they'll allow themselves to do. There's just so much energy here of wanting your attention, wanting your affection, wanting to receive from you, but then like not letting themselves do it. They have a way, this person really struggles with feelings of rejection. And when they start to feel like any like slight hint of what they perceive as rejection, they run from it. They turn and hide. They distance themselves. They focus on other things. Because they just have like this overall worry of what others think of them, what you think of them. Feeling so incredibly attached to you, but then they like let it take it's messed up, because you see on this card, these are the lovers there, but in this person's energy, for some reason, they feel like being tied to someone, being committed to someone is ultimately gonna result in being hurt, being disappointed, being controlled. So this can be really tricky for you, especially if you keep trying to pull them closer to you and you don't understand why they run like this. I hope that this gives you some insight into it so you can know that it has nothing to do with you or anything that you're doing wrong. This person's energy is like they're still figuring things out. There's a possibility of having gone through something very traumatic. Because why do they have this outlook that like being tied to someone is a negative thing? Being committed to someone is a negative thing. Being committed to someone ultimately like will backfire on you. So I just see like a true struggle in this person's energy, and I hope that that gives you some relief, especially if you've just been trying to get closer to them and you can't seem to. This is a person who is going to have to come around at their own time. No matter how much you try to pull them close, You won't be able to, because this is a person who has to decide when they let their guard down. And when I'm telling you you won't be able to, it's so you don't own this energy and feel like you're doing something wrong when you're really not. This is this person's energy. They have things that they're still coping with, that they need to just work on releasing and letting go. Because I see everything that they feel for you and how it worries them, how it scares them. And I'm not telling you that to motivate you to try harder. This is a connection where you'll decide how long you want to hold on to them, but they're going to come around really at their own time. And that it doesn't have anything to do with you or being able to get them to open up. It's someone who really runs from their emotions. So I wonder if you feel like you've been chasing them for a long time, and that is why. And they'd be this way with anyone. That's what's really important for you to know. This is really a significant message for those of you that feel like you're chasing and they keep running, and that is why. They have a huge struggle in their energy about what they will allow themselves to do, what they will allow themselves to feel. This person is so emotional, and then they try to cover it up. They really do. And anytime they feel like they've been pushed away or rejected, they put up a huge wall around them. So this is someone that will, their walls will come down only when they allow their walls to come down. And that's what's really, really important for you to know, because that can just put your mind at ease about a lot of things, especially if you've been really hard on yourself and wondering what it is that you could do to get them to stay or to open up. They're going to have to do that on their own time, when vibrationally they're in a higher place. That's important for you to know. All right, Aries, so that is what I can see going on in your person's energy. Now let's move on to Leo. Let's take a look and see what is going on. How is your person, or whoever this is that you have on your mind, how do they feel about you? You have someone here who's just waiting for their chance. You have someone who's very invested in you, Leo. Emotionally, they just feel like you guys are meant to be. Something here is supposed to happen between the two of you. But they wonder if they're good enough. And also they want you to take a chance. This is a person who feels like they may not have everything to offer that you deserve. And they kind of feel like they're out of your league. Do you know what I mean? Because to see this Page of Pentacles is they're saying this is what I have. It's my all, and I know that it might not be enough, but it is sincere. It is sincere. So they do acknowledge that they think they long to give you everything that you deserve, but they're also in this energy of accepting that they can't really do that right now. So they're hoping that what they can give will be enough, because they want you to know that it is true, it is real, it is sincere. And they just feel like it's meant to be. That's how they feel. I wonder how you feel. They feel like you bring so much luck to them, and to be able to be with you, to be able like to say that you are theirs, and for them to see that you're actually taking a chance on them, I think it would just leave them speechless. So you have someone who truly, truly does cherish you. It's important to think about who this person is and what it is that you, because are you focused on things that they lack? Do you feel like they don't have enough to offer? It could be emotionally, it could be like maturity wise. For some of you, it could be materialistically, because I do see that energy here, but there is also, there's also like this feeling like it's just like you belong to them, they belong to you, and it'll happen when the time is right. Seeing that Devil card come through is very, very interesting, because I wonder how much of this, what ties the two of you karmically. There's a lot of karmic energy that's here. It also speaks to the passion that they feel. It's a strong sexual energy. They look at you as someone who that they just want to do anything and everything with. There's a lot of passion that's there. There's also like this feeling that they have that they can't understand why they can't release you, can't let you go. And that is because of the karma. You might have already decided against this for some reason, because I say that because I see where they just are hoping that you'll take a chance, hoping that you'll open your heart. Something that's kind of alarming in this person's energy though, like with this Devil card, is like a possessiveness that they feel. So it's like, okay, yeah, they have like this plight towards you, Leo, like because they feel so invested in you, they want you to take a chance. But I do wonder why some of you have decided against this. You really do have to follow your intuition when it comes to this person's energy, because I just see, I see the pull, I see the attraction, I see the karmic ties. But I wonder how much of this person's energy is possessive, because what I don't see coming through are like any cups, which is like the heart, emotion, sincerity. You might have someone around you who wants you to be theirs, and maybe I do question their motives. Like, why are they so tied to you? Why are they so invested in you? I just feel like this person might even have possessive tendencies. So you will definitely have to choose wisely. Just follow your intuition, because if this is someone that you already chose to walk away from, you might want to think twice about taking a chance on it again, even though that's what they really want you to do. If you've already gotten away from someone like this, you've broken those karmic ties, because they're here. Now it's up to that person to break free from it themselves. And if you felt like things were lacking before, if you felt like this person just had like a lot of insecurity, they still possess that same insecurity. They do. So it's kind of like a warning, a bit of a warning in your reading. And although they do feel this way, you know, you'll have to think back to what the experience was like with them, and if this is something that you still feel like you want to invest in. Because why is it such a chance? Why is it such a risk? They acknowledge that. So I do wonder what it is that has happened in this connection with this person, even if it's karmically from a past life. That's what I can see here. All right, Leo. So yes, they do feel this way about you, but you also have to think about your experience, the experience that you've had with them, and how you feel. Because if you've dealt with them feeling like they weren't good enough before, they still feel that way now. So really they do, I mean, that's probably why this person feels like being able to be with you would just mean everything to them. But I just see where this person has a lot of insecurity, like feeling small, but they make themselves feel that way. They put a lot of pressure on themselves, and I can see that. And I can see where you, if you felt like you've had to bear the brunt of that, this person being in that energy of self-pity, they still have it here to a certain extent. So that is how they feel. And you'll know what you want to do here. All right, Leo, so that is what I can see in your person's energy. So let's move on to Sagittarius. Let's take a look and see, Sagittarius, what is going on in their energy? How do they feel? Sagittarius, your energy is here, as well as Leo and Scorpio. So you guys might be dealing with another Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, maybe have that moon or rising. There's someone here who feels like you're not really interested in them anymore. And I know where they do want to make things right. They do want to apologize, but at the same time, they're like on the verge of letting go. They feel like a lot has changed between the two of you, and maybe it has. Maybe time has passed. I see what you guys once had. At one point in time, you pictured yourselves together. You pictured being able to maybe even have a long-term commitment with this person. Maybe you did have a long-term commitment with them. But I just see where there's such a huge shift that has come between the two of you, and they feel it. They feel like a lot of where this goes is in your hands, and you can turn it around if you wanted to. If you want to be with them, that choice is up to you. I can see where they're on the verge of accepting that they have to let go. That's really important, because some of you might not want them to let go. Some of you might have just let time pass, maybe figuring things out. But in this person's energy, their emotions might even be more heightened than yours, because the way that they feel is like, well, so much has changed between the two of us. It can't go back to the way that it was, and maybe we have nothing ahead of us now. That's really important. And this is more of a reading for someone that's separate from their person. That's what I can see. Because they just feel like you don't want it anymore. They feel like you've stopped trying, and maybe even like that you've let go and you've already moved on. If you know that that's not true, it's like a final chance that's coming up to maybe reach out, talk to them, and see if anything could ever progress between the two of you. And I mean, it's something that hurts them. Do you see? Pisces energy is also here, you guys. You may not be talking now, so you may not see how their heart is really broken still. No matter how much time has passed, they still look at the experience with a lot of hurt and pain for having lost it. And I know where they'd be willing to like forgive and forget, to release, let go, move forward. That's what they want, but in their energy, they're thinking like, is that what you want? Can you still picture yourself with me? So, I mean, all of this just lets you know how loved you are and how much someone still does want a future with you. But you know, they're in this energy of accepting. If you guys don't talk soon, I can see where, because this is a 10, and I say that not to put pressure on you, but just because that's the energy that's here. A 10 is like a cycle's closed, it's complete. They don't want to let go, but really that they feel like that's the healthiest thing. That's the only thing that makes sense, because they feel like so much has changed between the two of you. And like I said, maybe it has. But you have to ask yourself, Sagittarius, like, do you want them out of your life? Do you want them to move on? Do you accept that? And it's funny that this couple is coming through, because that's a choice that they're gonna make soon. And it's not from a place of like being bitter towards you. It's because it hurts them, and they can't keep holding on to something that hurts them, that they're not even sure if it's gonna work. So you have a lot of power in this connection that you might not realize, because if you want this person back, you could have them. If you say, let's get back together, let's start over, let's have a clean slate, they would say, okay. I mean, you really steer where this can go. And if you don't show them, I don't mean to put pressure, but if you don't show them that that's still a possibility, they're in this energy of acceptance and of like even letting go, forgiving whatever needs to be forgiving, whether it's themselves or you or the circumstances. All of that energy is here, like a clearing. So that might prompt some of you to reach out, or it might prompt some of you to even just find closure, because that's what this person is on the verge of, still looking at you as their person. They do, but there's also like a realistic energy that's here of having to accept that it just really might be time for the two of you to go your separate ways and really move on. So there is a choice that you can make, because if you want to pull this person to you, you can. All right, Sagittarius, so that is what I can see coming through in your person's energy. And let's move on to the earth signs. So we'll start with Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, let's take a look and see. How does your person feel? What is in their energy? Let's see what Spirit shows us. I wonder if you are putting your guard up when it comes to someone, because they feel like you are. They do. They feel like they want you to warm up to them again, maybe even forgive them. I wonder what the reason is that you feel you have to protect yourself so much like this, because I see where these walls are built up really high. You might not see how guarded and protective that you've become, and I'm not saying that that's a negative thing, but I see it here. I see someone who really won't let the other one get close. That's how they feel, and I see it too. They feel like they wish they could find a way to get back to your heart, because that is like where they belong. I wonder what this person did to make you feel this way. They feel like maybe you need time, you need space, you need a break. If you are putting your guard up as a way to try to draw your person closer and as a way to make them try harder and almost like a cry for help, Capricorn, it's not coming across the right way. It's coming across as I should give them the space that they need. Because I see where some of you might be in that energy of pulling away in the hopes that your person will pull you closer, but it's not coming out like that. It's coming out as they're gonna give you space. So it's like a circle, do you know what I mean? It's like a hamster wheel going around and around, where you might be crying out to them and they're reading it as, well, let me give you your space, let me stay away. So a change needs to happen, maybe better communication between the two of you. It might be important that you just clearly express to your person what it is that you want, because I can see that they're receptive and they're open to your guidance, your direction. They really want you to embrace them. They feel like they've been shut out. And being shut out of your love, your presence, your life, it is a cold place to be and not a place where they want to be. I know that things have happened between the two of you in the past because I see so much looking back at it. Maybe something happened to you even outside of this connection that you could be carrying over that you don't realize. And I say that not to take sides, but the way that someone is not looking and being truthful with themselves about how they feel. It's a lot to think about, but I also know that when it comes to your person, they want you to let them back in. Could even quite literally be back into the house. If you've told them to leave, they want to come back. But moreover, they want to come back to your heart. They're hoping that you guys can find a way to get over the past, so you don't have to keep looking at the past in this way that you keep looking at it. Ace of Pentacles in reverse is very, very significant. Scorpio's energy is here as well, because this person is longing for a change, longing for the energy to shift, wondering, how long are you going to keep your guard up when it comes to me? How long are you going to keep looking back at the past? How long am I going to be shut out? And I don't take their side, because I know that you're probably still hurting and you have a good reason to be so shut down like this. But being shut down like this really hurts you too. It does. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That represents like the commitment, the devotion, the marriage, the relationship. Seeing it come in reverse, they're afraid that they might lose you. So that's good in a way, because maybe some of you want to like show this person that, like, you don't just have me like that. I could walk away at any time. We could be done at any time. Okay, I get that. But that energy's hurting you too. It is. That energy's hurting you. It's hurting them. It's not productive. So there is a change that needs to be made. That's what Spirit is showing me through that Scorpio energy. Leo energy's here as well, you guys. So maybe you have that moon or rising, or maybe you're dealing with one of those signs. They want to make amends. They want to make things right. And they really, like, it lets you know how much they love you and how they feel so lost without you. How they want you to show them what to do to make it right. And I know that they'd be willing to. I also understand your frustration. That they should just know. But that doesn't work. That doesn't work, because like putting your guard up like that, hoping that they're gonna like try harder. They don't know what to do. They feel like, well, if they're being this way with me, maybe I should just give them space. But I know for some of you that you don't want space. You want that comfort. You want your person to make things right. You want them to pull you closer and to open up. So there's a lot of blockages that are here that can really be removed with better communication. Kind of like spelling it out, black and white, no gray areas. This is what I want. This is what I want you to do. This is what needs to be done. because they will listen, because that is what they want. They want to be able to make things right with you. All right, Capricorn. So that is what I can see coming through in your person's energy. Now let's move on to Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's ask Spirit to show us what is going on with your person. Let's look at their feelings, their energy, their emotions. Let's see what Spirit shows us. Scorpio energies here, you guys. So maybe you have Scorpio or Sagittarius, moon or rising. Maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. You have someone here who is incredibly in love with you. The initial M is also coming through. I wonder if that's important to you guys. I mean, the way that they love you, they've never felt this way about anyone. Very emotional, overthinking, reading into things. I see that here. I see the way that they overthink, and it's because of the intensity of these emotions. For some reason, they feel like something from the past is interfering. Yeah, like maybe even holding a grudge. They feel like you're being too hard on them about something from the past. But I also know how sensitive this person is and how they do misinterpret things and how they do read into things too much. Because they love you like head over heels crazy, but then they wonder like, do you love me like that? Are you as attracted to me? So, I mean, and they're insecure, but I don't want you to think that's your fault or for you to fix, because it's not. This Eight of Swords is very significant, because that's a person who puts themselves in that energy through overthinking, through being too hard on themselves. And only they can break free from it, because it's all from the self. Do you know what I mean? And that's not up to you to try to like make this person feel better. It's insecurities that they have from the experiences that they've gone through, and they're responsible for their own feelings. That doesn't mean that you can't have empathy and things like that, but don't own that energy. Don't own when they might be accusatory and things like that, because I just see where they have struggles, anxiety, and they're deeply in love with you, and that is like even a blockage, because it just makes them need constant reassurance about how you feel. So your person does need that. You might want to do something to let them know how you feel, if you feel the same way. But I don't want you to feel guilty about them struggling like that, because that's like really something that they have to work on. They have to work building themselves up. They have to work on their confidence. Because I just see where a lot of this is the way that they keep overthinking about things, wondering if something from the past is like being held against them, feeling like you're too hard on them. You might not even be, but it just might be because this person has such a sensitive nature. They might even be empathic, because there's just like so much emotion, overthinking, anxiety, feeling. So they might even have that quality about them, and maybe they don't even know that they are that way. That's why I'm telling you that it's theirs to work through. Someone who is empathic, they have to know how to like separate themselves from like feelings of others and their own feelings. Okay, so that's why I'm telling you to not feel guilty about it, because that's like part of their journey. That's for some of you. So you have an overly sensitive person here, but what they feel for you is real. I mean, it is from their heart and soul. They would do absolutely anything for you. So if you find that this person like picks fights or reads into things and it results in like petty arguments between the two of you, that really is why. They don't intend to do it. It's just like because they have work that they need to do on themselves. That's why that pattern keeps happening for some of you. And that's really important for you to know, because you'll be the one to decide if you want to like work through it with them, knowing that sincerely they do love you. But I can see where something like that might be draining for you. And I don't say that to put this person down, because it's like they do need constant reassurance. But that is something that they're going to have to work on. So just know that they do love you. And that is like a big part of, especially like recently, why these like petty arguments and things like that keep happening between the two of you. Is because they're so hard on themselves. And they just read into things too much, and they just have a lot of emotion that they're dealing with, trying to understand. Some people do just fine with an intense emotion like this. They're like, yes, I love this, I'm into it, I want to feel every last bit of it. And then some people feel like emotions and they drown in it. Do you see how this is like all this water, how it's so deep? Some people can float, they can swim, and they can enjoy it, and others drown, and it's like so much for them to handle, and it creates worry because it's something that they have that's so beautiful, and then they worry if it gets taken away from them. So certainly a lot of emotion is here for you, but this person is just very emotional overall. All right, Virgo, so they love you, they do. If you find that they're this way, it's their own insecurities to deal with and not for you to feel guilty about. All right, and I know that can sound insensitive, and I don't mean for it to, but I also don't think it's fair that you take responsibility for this, because there is one person on this card and they're responsible for their own feelings and their own thoughts. Okay, you guys, so that is what I can see for you, Virgo. Now let's move on to, last but not least, Taurus. Let's take a look and see, Taurus, what is going on in your person's energy. Let's see what Spirit shows us. So Leo and Cancer energy is here. So you guys might have that moon or rising. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo or a Cancer. Your person is struggling right now. They feel like, do you see me? Do you see who I am, what I have to offer? Or are you looking elsewhere? And that could mean a lot of things. For some of you, if you know that you've dealt with infidelity before, especially if you were the one, Taurus, your person has a lot of worry that someone's coming between you guys. And for others of you, if you know that you're just like busy and you have like maybe even other family members, other priorities that you put ahead of your person and the connection, they can feel it, and it's stinging. It's something that's hurting them. It's something that really makes them feel taken for granted. So there's a longing here for you to make it right, because you do have a lot of power in this connection. I don't say that to put pressure on you or to imply that you can control how someone feels about themselves, But you do have power, because like even the smallest of things would mean so much to them. A gesture, putting them first, doing something special for them. I mean, it can really turn the energy around. They want to know that you feel fulfilled with them, that you look at them and you see everything that they could ever want or need. They need that reassurance right now from you. If you find that they're pouty, and I say pouty because this person is like, they have a grumpy look on their face, and so if you've find that you try to do like little things for them and they won't accept it, and they're acting like, oh, you should do something else. I'm not taking their side, but I know why they're being that way. Because they're in this energy of feeling turned down, rejected, taken for granted. So I think that's like a defense mechanism. It doesn't mean that it's okay, but I see the way that they could be defensive around you. If they're pushing you away and they're defensive with you lately, it's like a cry for attention from your person. Maybe, yes, there's a better way that they could go about asking, but if you find that that's their energy, that is why. Because they just want to be shown that you feel like they're special, that they complete you. All right, that's really important. And for others of you, they want something that they can actually see is moving forward, that they can actually see that there's progress. Could be the healing that some of you are going through together, especially if you know that there was like an infidelity or just, putting things ahead of them. Because they just feel like, well, I don't see changes the way that I thought I would. I don't, you haven't done this for me, you haven't done that. And it's really matters of the heart. It's about showing them more commitment, showing them that things aren't at a standstill, things aren't stale, that it is moving forward, that there's still more ahead of the two of you. There's still more chemistry to be shared. There's still more beautiful times to be shared. It's like they're looking for all of that, wanting all of that from you, but then feeling like they're not really seeing it. So now really is the time to make a gesture towards them. I know where it can be tricky, especially if you feel like they keep pushing you away. But if you have empathy for your person, if they are your person and you really love them and you know that things haven't been right between the two of you, especially if it's at your hands, then I would hope that you would keep trying, because that's what your person wants you to do. Because they look at you as someone who they need direction from. And it's beautiful. Makes me wonder how long you guys have been together. It does make me wonder how long you've been together, because you just have such an influence over them, over the connection, over their life. And I'm sure that they have the same influence over you. So really, they want you to treat them the way that they treat you. They want to know that you look at them and see your world. That you look at them and that you have no reason to look anywhere else. Really, they want to be like the center for you. The center of attention for you. But it's really matters of the heart. It's not that this person is like attention hungry. It's they need to know that they are in that special place in your heart. That's how they feel, Taurus. That's what they need for you to show them right now. All right, you guys. So that is what I can see in your person's energy. Okay, you guys. So that is what I have for you for what's going on in your person's energy, how they feel about you, their emotions. So please don't forget to like the video. I'm so happy that I had all of you here with me today. And if you do comment, let me know what your sign is as you comment, because I just want to see who's here. All right, you guys. Thanks again for everything. I send you all much love and light, and I will talk to you soon.